Hello again, Ian Stoic with Mastermind Games. Well, this time painting the Skeeters from Malifaux. And this is going to be the most nerve-wracking video I have ever done and probably will ever do because of these very thin, brittle antenna. So, starting off with Terran. You know what? Actually, let's do Khaki Shadow 09121. So these are Summer Teeth Jones's totems. You can take up to 2 of them, and very similar to mosquitoes in the real world, except in Malifaux, as is the case with just about every living thing there, they are much bigger and much nastier. So we're going to play around a lot with shading and highlight. I'm using a larger brush than normal to speed this up. It'll also help a bit on, see, these rear legs are fragile too. These probably should have been mounted on a 40mm base, but 30 is the standard here for this model. Like in many games these days outside of Warhammer, the Malifaux does have a prescribed standard kind of mandatory base size for each model, each specific model. Haven't even touched the antenna yet and I'm already nervous. But while a lot of these sculpts are very impressive, there is a certain fragility with some models, and this is one of the worst. Hopefully, new 3rd edition sculpts fix some of these fragility issues, but we'll see what happens with that when it happens. Looks like that at least some of the models are still going to be the 2nd edition sculpts in the 3rd edition. And that's fine. In fact, it's more rare for a company to do new sculpts for every edition, as the tooling cost can be outrageous, but get a nice solid coat on the body here before I move on. I'll paint. I'm going to be doing one of these guys on camera. I'll probably just switch between the 2 models. The antenna have snapped multiple times just sitting around my painting table. So I am being insanely light with them. Alright, that's got him. At least that base coat. I'll have to do the others in another go, so I'll get the other one, go from there. Okay. For the wings, little brilliant blue 09116. Plugged up, so paperclip home. Oh boy. Amazing how I can get technical difficulties even with simple objects like this. There we go. And I'll use that larger brush again. As I said, I'll be playing around with the shading and highlights on this to get different effects. Do the other one real quick since this doesn't take long. even these are nerve-wracking, just tiny, tiny connection points. Fragile, fragile wings. Switching to a more normal brush. Get the eyes with a little blood red 09003. Yeah, this is going to be very tricky because of not only the fragility, but from how far the model extends past the base. And then Shield Brown 09161. Pick out the mud, being careful around the feet. And I've got this probably a little more wet than I normally would have, but that's alright. Again, nerve-wracking because of fragility, and what's getting me so nervous about painting them is the fragility. Keep, and even that little nick on that leg makes me very, very nervous. That little bump there. Still trying to. I literally started this minutes after finishing the upload of the last video. So, but I'm a much better painter than I am a videographer. So, okay. That gets that. Let that dry, and I can start to shade. To shade. Oh boy, I see I have these issues again. I'm going to use Pine Green 09010. This will alter base coat. Rather, yeah, that's a good way of wording it. I was going to use a larger and more delicate brush, half paint, half water. And I'm going to do this over pretty much all of it. I'm going to start on the bottom here, actually, and with the feet. Jeez, even the thorax is kind of funky. I'm going to try to avoid the eyes, which is not easy with a brush this big, but I'm doing this for expediency's sake. Carefully over the antenna. I don't want them breaking again. The wings are going to get this treatment as well. Keeping my brush nice and wet during this whole process, which is again fairly awkward because of the parts that are sticking out. There's going to be 2 layers of shading on these guys. Well, actually, to be fair, ladies, because only female mosquitoes suck blood, and this is the blood-sucking type. And female mosquitoes only suck blood when they're about to lay eggs to build up protein. terminology fact here, but then again, we're talking about Malifaux. Anything goes, so they might just be bloodthirsty. Do a little more on that wing. Okay, I'll hit the other one off camera. And then when that's dry, I can do the other two shades. Okay. Let's cooperate and focus. Deep red 09002 is next. Just going to go on the eyes. About half and half. Just carefully. Dot. Dot. And then pure black 09037. This will go on the mud. Again, using extra water for the black, at least 3 parts water per 1 part paint, maybe as high as 4. A little easier because it will flow around the base, so we're concentrating in the recessed areas. I think I need just a little more water and less paint there. That's better. So once I do that to the other one, I can get the shading, call shading done, and then highlight in detail. Alright, highlighting. Driftwood brown 09162. There we go. A little tricky here. So brushing most of the paint out and just lightly dusting or trying to. It's not too easy on this one because the model splays across the base and isn't actually centered in it like most are going to be. That's okay, I'm just going to do a little bit there. And then I'm going to take, I think, Imperial Purple 09023. Make the loveliest noises when they're running out of paint. I'm going to use a larger brush that's really soft for this dry brushing, just because of the antenna. Again, so, and this is going to go on the entirety of it for the most part. Being real light around the antenna. Trying to go against the veins in the wings and against the ridges on the exoskeleton. Using a brush this big just to speed this up a bit. But again, very soft bristles just for the sake of making sure I don't break anything off. It's because of the fragility. You see, just even with this light dusting, how much this model is wiggling. I mean, this has 6 legs, but only 2 connection points due to the physical sculpt here. Okay, that's not bad. Now I'm going to take a little fire reds here, red 004. Not that brush. Just shut the eyes a little. And then switching to a flat head. Yeah, that'll be nice. Pure black 09037. Am I dropping frames like crazy again? Looks like I might have been for a minute there. Joys of technical difficulties, right? So I'm going to very carefully go around the edge of the base. Be especially careful where the feet touch it. Okay. I'll get the other one off camera because there's still one more thing I'm going to have to do before I can say I'm finished. But just about there. I'll give them a nice, strange color. Alright, last step, pure white 09039. Don't need too much. I'm just going to number the backs of the bases so they can be told apart quickly and easily. So brush and just roll. It's a bit thick. Just a quick Roman numeral 1. And a quick Roman numeral 2. And that ends probably the most nerve-wracking video I will ever do. Just because of this antenna. A pair of Skeeters from Malifaux. Continuing with this box set. Until next time, I'm Ian Stoogie with Mastermind Games, signing out.